Arturo Dark Knight. He's one of our best listeners. Oh, UV.
Okay.
UV? Did you just say UV?
Why is there a chicken in my parking lot?
And welcome back to another RSG Wednesday night stream. Happy hump day to all you skewers out there in TV land, to all the boys and girls. It is hump day. It is time to rock out with our cocks out. It is time to have some fun. Whip out those pickles. It's time to put that in chat and get all the craziness going. It is the longest running live stream in the Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes community. Coming at you live like we do every Wednesday, episode 200 something. I don't know what episode we're on. But coming up on our 4-year anniversary here next month, so craziness is ensuing everywhere. I'm your host, Ranger J 1999, as I said. Glad to have you guys here, part of the RSG crew. Bring you here. What we do every Wednesday is hang out with you awesome, wonderful people, and also talk about the latest and greatest of Star Wars, Galaxy Heroes news and notes, and give you a little bit of insight of what it all means. The only way that RSG knows how, and that's with brain damage and with really no clarity whatsoever. Joining me on this epic journey, of course, we've got Dr. Finn, Medicine Woman, the Troll Extraordinaire.
I'm calling in the assistance of sugar.
Okay, so get that sugar going inside your system, Finn. By that, it means eat a Twinkie.
No, not Twinkie.
And also joining us...
Welch's Fruit Snacks.
Great.
They're fruit.
So say hello in chat, whip out your pickles, do your emojis, do whatever you can.
Hi, Grande.
I was going to introduce him, Finn, dumbass, stupid idiot. Do you want me
Grande.
Do you want me to do the intro of the show? You want to do it, Finn?
You can do it. I was just saying hi to Grande.
Right. Couldn't wait till after I had introduced him and stuff.
It's been weeks. It feels like forever. I haven't seen Grande in forever. I couldn't wait.
What's wrong with you?
The sugar?
No, don't blame it on the sugar. Be a man. Take some responsibility. What's wrong with you?
The sugar.
Don't be doing that. What are you, 5?
I missed Grande.
Oh, sugar.
Oh, no, don't you start.
See, this is what I missed.
I'll turn this whole goddamn car around and that'll render your precious little rendezvous, won't it? Well, this is going to be the fastest show ever because I'm just going to walk away. Joining us, we've got him back. We've got the beardless one, the brown Gandalf, the government Wi-Fi stealer, the French tickler, the chicken chaser, the one and only Grande dumbass babyface Pappy Patron is back from his escapades of not knowing what the word sunscreen means.
Man, I put on sunscreen, bro.
Really? You got sunburned so bad you couldn't stream? That tells me you failed. You failed, your heinous.
So the sunscreen was bad, and I was horse playing with the kids, and I think the kids rubbed all the sunscreen off.
You're going to blame your kids for your stupidity.
No, I'm not. I should have reapplied.
I like the way Grande does it. See, Grande blames the kids. I blame the sugar. See, this is the way it works.
I should have reapplied. And when my wife was like, "Are you okay? You look a little red, honey." And I was like,
you can just hush.
That's right. You can just hush.
Oh, it'll be fine. And then I was like, oh no, it's not fine.
All right. So what you just saw there is one of the sound bits and emojis and things that you can do. Thank you, meow meow, for the bits. You can donate and and you can have all kinds of fun stuff pop. We've got super chat. Speaking of super chat, we got Jason PM who donated $4.99 with the current emojis going on there. Very nice. But you can do super chat. We've got Streamlabs. You can do it through Twitch. You get all kinds of funny sound bits that you can donate into and have fun with. That's what we have those set up there for. We also will take your question. Fourth Kagi just donated $2. Says Grande the light is supposed to go inside your body. Yeah, I don't know if you know this. You're supposed to put the sunscreen as a disinfectant inside your blood. That's right, Kitty Yoda. Finn is a pirate, yeah. So do that. Make sure you give us a thumbs up, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. If you haven't already. We also will be scooping up your questions. So if you have questions, go ahead and put those in the chat. Make sure you put a question in front of your statement. So get the donations going. Have all the fun you like. Get your questions in. We'll get those scooped up and read the ones we can at the end of the stream. We try to get through a lot of them, but sometimes we can, sometimes we can't. That's just the way it is. And yeah, I think that covers all the mechanisms. Finn, we have a word of the day, a shout out word of the day that we like to give the skewers so they may get their name shouted out later on. We'll do all the VIPs and all that stuff too, but we'd like to give everybody that's watching right now a chance to get their name shouted out. And what is that word of the day?
You might need to give some context to it, but the word of the day is brick.
Right.
BRICK.
Right.
Brick.
And I know they're going to do horrible things to this word, and they try to spell it. So just prepare for the damage. It's coming. But the reason we're calling it brick is I crushed my finger. If you can't see it, I'll put it up there. It's pretty bad.
Really, Grande? You're going to start it?
He actually spelled it correctly. I think that's more
yeah, and then he put trick.
Well, he did spell it correctly the first time, so let's exclude him.
it started off correct. And
but
then
I smashed my finger on the
trick.
hill with the brick yesterday, and Finn thought it'd be good that we did the old brick in the chat. So,
and then Grande with a flick.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Feelgood with the brick with the QUE at
right,
the end.
Right, so we got that.
That's just very wrong. John Moran going with the brick house.
The QUE.
Grande's brick.
He put some class on that brick. He spelled it all with a QU.
It just reminds me of that South Park episode. You know, it's the classy.
It's the classy.
It's the classy with the L with the dick with the like what was it?
Yeah.
It's classy with an L with a little dick.
I just like when he slapped her like Minzy, and she was like, "Oh no, you little retarded ass did not start beating his ass. I'm sorry, Classy. Minzy." This time he's like, "Classy," slapped her like, "Oh hell no, you did not just slap me." Beat his ass.
Road Taco put thick. Nice, buddy. I like
thick
it.
like a brick, like Grande's head.
So, in other Corona news, we actually measured everyone's head in the house because to see we got up to like the seamstress tape and measured it, and my head was larger than everyone else's circumference-wise by 3/4 of an inch.
Well, if you were doing brains, you would have had the smallest.
It's that thick skull. I have extra protection on what I've got going on.
I think that's calcium deposits myself. So just throwing that out there. So get your questions in, get your shout out word of the day, and we'll get rocking and rolling on that. Get you one of donations, sound bits, all that kind of stuff. You can do that as well. We're ready for, if anybody does a $20 or more donations in Super Chat, that gets the pickle extravaganza going. We'll whip out our pickles. You can do all kinds of funny stuff over on Streamlabs and Twitch that plays all kinds of funny stuff. They're all classics. And we got more coming. I keep getting asked all the time, Finn, when do we got some more coming? Because there's more sound bits that we got. But any more coming soon?
If COVID can go away.
Okay, so the answer is no.
I have like a list of them that I have to go through, thanks to Kitty Yoda. And I kind of like separated those out. But I need to... I haven't had the time.
Okay.
There's been a lot of things I've had to, unfortunately, with work. That's why I haven't been on the lunch stream either. I was doing fine on the lunch stream until like 2 weeks ago, and then all hell started breaking loose. So,
these things happen.
I'm currently in all hell break. I need more sugar.
It's gonna be a long stream. All right. So with that being said, let's
get put like the little like area where you like rip this thing over, like so close to the top.
All right. Yeah, nobody cares. All right. Let's get to the news. What, you're gonna do it now? You told me not to do it, then your stupid ass does it. I finally let it play out, and then you jumped in.
I figured I had.
Yeah, you're mentally damaged. Oh, goodness. All right, Grande, we're covering the news. Not a ton in here, but we'll cover the two big stuff.
I haven't been here in 2 weeks. You want to give me a heads up?
Well, we had a Q&A. You don't want to know.
I didn't even read it. Is that terrible?
You should
okay,
be glad.
So Grande, let me ask you a question here. And ask you how you would respond. Let's ask CG Grande a question
all right,
from
let's
the
ask CG
Dev
Grande.
Q&A.
There's some of the Dev Q&A. Let's see what
all right,
Grande
so
has.
Dev Q&A question for you, Grande.
Okay.
So the question is, if I have 100% defense on my character, I would expect them to take no damage. So what is the point of having more than 100% defense?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. That's really an interesting question. Or what does 100 defense actually equal? We've talked about defense before, right? And how it converts to armor. We have like a little thing.
Stop right there. That's all you had to say, Grande. Yes, that is the correct answer.
You passed, Grande.
You passed,
You
Grande.
did? What did I?
No.
You passed.
What did
You understood.
You understood.
That 100% defense
right. That's all. That's all we had to hear.
refers to armor.
That's all we had to hear. That's all we had to hear. Finn, what was the incorrect choice that CG made?
They explained it the same way you would explain why somebody has more than 100% potency. They did not correct this person when they asked about, like, you take no damage at 100% defense, right? They didn't correct the person. They, in fact, told them, well, the reason we have it is because sometimes somebody else can have minus 20%. And so if you have 120 and then they have minus 20, then you would have your 100 and you would...
No, it doesn't work like that.
Right.
Welcome to the Dev Q&A, Grande.
That doesn't, I mean...
And I wish we were joking. We were doing our impersonation stuff, right?
No.
I had to literally stop because I'm like they are giving wrong information in their Q&A because they don't understand how defense.
I mean, like if someone wasn't 100%, everything doesn't work like potency, tenacity. You know, just like everything doesn't work like speed, offense.
Well, let that sink in, Grande. What's the other stuff that he missed on the Q&A, Finn? Just give him these quick quib notes.
Which are some other ones?
The
ships. The ships question.
So they're not going to add more ships.
Yeah, somebody asked them. So we have 8 capital ships, and we only have 41 regular ships.
Yeah,
so are we going to be expecting more regular ships to fill out the fleets? And I believe it was Top Hat that responded, well, we don't really release ships to try and fill full fleets. We release it to change the meta.
Okay, so so first of all, that's just kind of dumb.
But it gets better, Grande. Just let that sink in. But they want to include adding a
second team
ship team to GAC.
But we don't intend.
That's a terrible idea. I mean,
welcome back, Grande.
I mean, hold on. So if they added a second, somebody is literally not like looking okay. In order to add another team, this is like us picking teams because we're gonna play like basketball or we're gonna play. You know, we have like 50 people and we're gonna play baseball. We're gonna like select teams. So if you select them for offense, you can't use them for defense.
Right.
And so, like, if we sat there and selected back and forth, we'd be like, well, crap, the offense sucks and the defense sucks. Like, that's what would happen if we put a second.
It gets better, Grande. They had fantastic feedback for the paper, rock, scissors stuff for the Galactic Legends.
That's a quote, by the way. We got fantastic feedback when somebody asked them if they're going to try and improve the Galactic Legends.
So that's like whenever I tell you that something is a real story, it doesn't mean it's a true story. I can tell you that it means it is a real story, right? That's a descriptor that people think of means the word true, but it does not mean it's true when someone says it's real. It just means I created a story about Jack going up the beanstalk, so therefore it's a real story. It's not a true story, but it's a real story. Fantastic means it could be fantastically awesome or fantastically terrible.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of an oxymoron saying fantastically terrible.
He failed fantastically. Yes, you could absolutely do
Well, the one you gave was the oxymoron. You took two words and just smashed them together.
But what I'm saying, though, is that you can use the word fantastic.
But it gets better, Grande.
Oh, my God. Okay.
it gets much, much better. Finn, what am I missing here? So we did the armor, we did that. Oh, we're not. They were working on a new raid, but they scrapped it because they have something they think it's going to be better coming out for everybody. They're going to announce in May.
Oh, like live PvP?
Nope, that got shot down. The Simbox mode has been shot down.
Wait. So I'm thinking about things people ask about, right? People.
Yeah, all that stuff got no'd.
Yeah. So people ask about live PvP.
That's
people
a no.
Ask about the sandbox mode. People ask about a
That's
raid.
a no. That's a no.
So I'm trying to think like what are some other things that people ask about a lot that I can't think of something that a lot of people ask about.
And here's another one.
What about Lightside GOTB, Grande?
How do you think Lightside GOTB is?
I mean, we need stuff. We need stuff for that, right?
So in order for us to get better in Lightside GOTB, we need some more Lightside teams and we need some more powerful ships.
Well, none of that's going to happen.
So
because they think it's perfectly balanced.
Yep, we have a nice response asking about whether or not there's going to be adjustments made to the power or anything to do to rebalance TV, how top 50 guilds really dislike it. And the response from CG Top Hat is, sorry to hear you aren't enjoying it. There are no plans at this time to change the balance of Geo Lightside TV. For a game mode that is mathematically impossible to get maximum stars, they have decided that they are not going to make any changes. When the person asked about different ways to increase power for the characters, like legitimately, it says, one of the parts of the question is, or can we expect some power increase for our characters to make this mode more enjoyable?
The problem is you're not going to like how the power increase comes for all the characters.
I imagine it's probably going to come from either the relic ability or it's going to be a level increase or mod increase. One of those three.
Increase. Right.
I mean, I'm fine with any of those, actually.
Man, I got to
mod increase, they have to do it correct, though. We've had this discussion. I think they're going to mess it up, but
they're gonna mess it up. They're just like they're going to mess up relic abilities, man.
Probably.
I mean,
so
that would.
Those are just some of the highlights. I'm sure there's some more that we missed.
Business is good.
Business is very good, EXO. Yep, EXO. Thank you for the bits, and business is good. So that you missed the Q&A.
Yeah.
We've gotten the new Mando characters coming in.
No. I've got 2 of them already. Good grief. Good grief. Tell me about something I don't already know about, Ranger.
Bees and dogs can smell fear.
I apologize for not being here.
I'm not in the mood for your nonsense, Grande.
I don't care whether you're in the mood or not.
Jesus. You guys are going to see it on the first time ever, Grande get kicked out of the Zoom call. I'm not right at that level. Or what I will do is let him... I'll just go
Ranger,
up...
you shouldn't do that. That's not your creed.
One more, Grande. One more, Grande.
Yeah.
You still went up to a homeless person and said, how's business first of all?
Oh, my God.
Business is good. That's all I got.
Which is awful.
I mean, he's an entrepreneur, right?
I'm just going to let that one just slide off. And then, to make matters worse, you asked him how business is, which is a homeless person.
Yeah.
And gave him pretend not real money for a batting cage from a place that doesn't, it's not even open right now, which he can't even enjoy.
He can enjoy it later.
Oh
when I only had one baby, he said the next time it'd be just a dip.
Exo68, shoot, X126.
Thank you, Jason, for the $20 on
We ended up with
Streamlabs.
2 babies.
And then EXO with the 2 baby bit donation. Thank you. Oh, God.
Thank you, EXO.
The Grande is strong tonight and stupid. So, God.
You guys are awesome.
Oh, God.
It's good to have Grande back.
Not really, no. It's really not. I'm really regretting. So what else happened in these past 2? I'm trying to think of what else.
I will tell you, these 2 new bounty hunters, or the 2 scoundrels.
They're all scoundrels. They're all,
I know.
and only 2 are bounty
the
hunters.
2 we've gotten so far, because we don't get the next one until like tomorrow or something. Right?
Yes, Mando's coming.
And I mean, these characters look super freaking nice, man.
Yeah, Cara looks okay. She looks niche. I'm really, I'll work on her.
Her character.
Oh, the artwork and everything looks great.
I mean, if we're gonna like talk about there it is. I love it. So
what does the fox say?
Ring, 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 ring.
Oh
yeah, they look incredible.
The
The
characters
artwork
look like
they did a good job with the characters and stuff. I really like the kids, but
them up. I mean, the kids are even okay. I mean, to be honest,
I think the Greef's and Mando's kids look amazing, and I'm really digging Mando's kid, and I keep get him in a bounty hunter team. So, the swings are coming in. Here we go. The bits and stuff are starting to happen. So,
I be a pirate.
the pirate one. And there's Sheepy. We were waiting for Sheepy. Sheepy finally arrived. Sheepy's on the scene. So there we go.
Okay. So the kids. The characters look super cool.
Showing.
All right.
They were swinging us so much last time.
And Sheepy. And more Sheepy.
There was so much sheepy and swing last stream. It was ridiculous, and it appears to have continued.
Yeah. It's on its way. So, let me know when the hype train gets started, Finn, because we know that's a thing.
Okay. So what other news did we get this week?
That's pretty much the big things
from a week and a half ago or whatever.
That's pretty much it. We got news. We have new news, but it's just
okay.
We got the event calendar and then the update. We need to go over. And
yeah,
stuff,
let's do that. That sounds great.
If you give me a chance, Grande, maybe I will. Can I run the string, Grande? I mean.
CBO 97 cheered 600.
Fantastic with the 666 bits donation.
He said it's just a tip, and I gotta carry this thing around for 9 months.
Oh no!
You can just hush.
That's right. You can just hush.
XO68 cheered X125.
I just love seeing Finn's reaction to that because he's the stupid.
Damn it, CBO!
He's the one that did it. So, EXO did 310. I don't know what he was trying to get.
He did 310. I think he just meant to do 31.
Oh no! Oh no! Well, thank you for the.
I appreciate it though.
Yeah, business is good. There we go. All right. Let's get into the news. I'm sure there's more bits coming and stuff. Let me get this.
XO68 cheered X310.
Let me pull this up. Okay.
Damn it, CBO.
All right. So we've got. Do you want to go to the event calendar? Or
I don't know who you are.
Oh no.
I don't know what you want. If you're looking for ransom, I can tell you I don't have money. But what I do have are a very particular set of skills. Skills that I've acquired over a very long career. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you. If you let my daughter go now, there will be the end of it. I will not look for you. I will not pursue you. But if you don't, I will look for you. I will find you. And I will kill you.
Thank you, Meow Meow.
There was a way to put like us on top of each other.
For the Kermit. Jesus. God.
Business is good.
Business is good. Business is good.
She did put a comment with that. She said, meow 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 mew meow 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 meow.
I want chicken. I want liver. Meow meow meow. Mix, please deliver.
Meow meow.
Sheepy. There's a Sheepy. Yes, this is Sheepy.
Why, Sheepy? Why?
Yeah. All right. So let's get to which one you want to go? Game updates or the event calendar?
Should I pause them while we talk about it? If we're getting into serious stuff, we should pause it quickly. So.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, we're gonna do calendars.
Okay, we'll go to the calendar then.
Okay, we'll start with calendar. So the alerts are paused, meaning that you guys are just
still
gonna
donating stuff, and they're all gonna play it once we get done here. So
yeah, there's just gonna like sequence play before we get to Q&A.
We'll let it all just flow like a river.
It's gonna be awful, by the way. I'm just telling
it's just
you.
gonna be back to back to back to back to back to back. So we'll just sit there and take it. Oh boy, they're still donating. I'm seeing all kind of bits coming in. Okay. All right. So for May, this is from Crumb. And here's a list of some of the upcoming events for May. Disclaimer: all dates are subject to change. The daily login character for May is Darth Treya. What? Hello, CG.
That's nice for some folks.
That is really, really amazing. I saw that and I was like, good for you, CG.
That's 30 freaking shards, man.
That's
awesome.
not too shabby.
So, is there a chance that Treya is the login character for May because they're getting ready to bring out the sim for heroic AAT.
Could be. That's a good possibility.
That would be the only character left that we have to like truly farm.
We had an AAT today, and I think only one person participated because the bot didn't go off to tell everybody to go in it, and so one guy soloed the thing, and no one else did. It was really funny.
So,
okay.
No, many legendary journey events were changed from a monthly cadence to run it all the time, so it'll no longer be included in the monthly calendar. We kind of know that already. So pretty much we've got a lot of stuff. We'll get into the calendar stuff itself because we do have the May the 4th stuff happening. But the big stuff I want to get to, TB will be on the 1st, and the second one will be on the 16th. Territory Wars will be on the 8th, so we got one coming up on the 8th, the 12th, and the 23rd, and the 27th. Those will be the 4 in May. And then the new Grand Arena should start, because we're already into the 4th week of the 3 tax. So this will be done, and then we'll get the next one starting on the 11th, the 18th, the 25th, and then June 1st will be the final round. So there we go with GAC. So this is a little bit of update. We can see everything here, but you see there's a lot of red, and this is part of the Stay at Play initiative in May the 4th, and we'll get to that here in a moment. And nothing really shocking here, but just we get the Treya stuff. But I really want to get into the content update because this goes more into it. All right, so from Crom says, "Hi, Holotable Heroes. Today's update brings the Mandalorian to the Holotables along with several bug fixes. Read on to find full list of changes. We've covered the Mando already. We did that last week.
Kit and everything.
If you want to see his dev inside and stuff like that, you can go check it out. The Mandalorian will be here tomorrow. It says, join forces with the Mandalorian, hunt bounties across the Outer Rim, earn shards of the Mandalorian in this all-new event, Tales from the Outer Rim 3. And so get ready for the Mando tomorrow. Going to go after the Mando because I think he's cool. And I really like his kit. May the 4th in Stay and Play events. In celebration of Star Wars Star Wars Day and Stay and Play, we're turning on extra events on Holotables. We hope you all are staying healthy and happy. May the 4th be with you. New events. So we're going to get the Assault Battle Force Moon on the 4th, Galactic Bounty number 1 on the 5th, Assault Battles Place of Power on the 6th, Mythic Grandmaster Training on the 7th, Galactic Bounty number 2 on the 8th, Mystic Emperor's Demise on the 9th, and Assault Battle Rebel Roundup on the 10th. Now, if you saw the calendar, those were added on top of the other events that are already there. So there you go.
I want to ask both of your feedbacks, too, about this. I mean, it's nice that they're giving us these events, right? Mm-hmm. I'll be honest. Recently, I have just been straight up skipping the top tier of the ones that require 8 waves because it takes me too long. Because a lot of the characters that I have are like gear 11. I mean, some of them are gear 12 for some of these.
It depends on which one it is.
It depends on which one, and I can't just straight auto.
Like if it's a Jedi one, I just put on auto because you got.
And there is no way.
All the Jedi ones, all the Sith ones, and all the Rebel ones, I can auto the final.
So the Sith one is interesting because the latest Sith one with like the Challenge 2 tier. For some reason, my Darth Revan team was dying. Like it didn't die the first time. The first time it did it easily.
Run Palpatine lead.
I did.
Oh, really?
I did Palpatine lead. I did Darth Revan the first time. I tried again Darth Revan. It didn't work. I did Palpatine lead. It didn't work. So it was weird that it seemed more difficult the second time
I didn't have any problem. It one-shot the hell out of it.
But again, I put up a whole team that's like Relic 5 or better.
Well, yeah, that makes it easy.
Yeah, but that's kind of what I'm saying. Like, if you have like a bunch of relics, like it seems fine. But even for the ones that aren't like where you need relics, but it's 8 waves and you need to control it, right?
Oh.
I really don't find any enjoyment in doing 8 waves of that crap.
Well, I'm
sorry, the whole event is honestly crap.
On all of them, I can auto all the way up to the tier 1, right? Which, I mean, can
I maybe, up to tier 1, I think I can in most, not all.
The mythics, like the way they were before. The mythics you could probably still auto, right? Or play
the original mythics, the original mythic ones
right?
I can.
Then they got tier 1, tier 2. I can complete tier 1 on everything. Most of them, it's on auto. Tier 2, it's either really freaking tough or a bunch of RNG, and it takes you like 40 minutes. Sometimes I do it, and sometimes I don't.
It depends on which one it is, but
Well,
I mean,
I'm not even talking about the mythics too. I'm also talking about like the assault battles.
No.
where you
I'm
have
talking
like
about the assault battles. The final, the second tier of the assault battle can be really.
well,
tough
each is a little different, right? Like the ones for Endor are pretty quick, right? Even on the higher ones. But like when you get to like the Jedi one, right? You know, against the Separatists, that one can take forever, just because of the way the event's set up, where the droids get the extra protection and stuff, and you're just having to. It just takes forever, right? So I think some are quicker than others, and I can understand your frustration with that, Finn. I think
a lot of times too, it's if you put in a specific team, it's fine.
Yeah.
And if you don't have like that team, then it like doesn't. It's not autoable.
Yeah.
But even the auto takes a while, right? I don't know. I'm not finding enjoyment.
Yeah.
Well, my point is that the events, right, is what they seem to be pushing for all these things. Like when they were trying to give us the stay and play stuff for April, right? They gave us more of these events. And it's getting, I don't know, maybe it's just me. It's getting to the point to me where it feels like instead of just throwing packs, they're throwing packs and events. And I know at least with events, people are getting payouts, so I'm not necessarily saying to stop it.
No,
I would say that the majority of players are not able to finish all of these tiers. Like most people don't have the relics for the top thing.
On the high end players,
I don't understand what the enjoyability factor is with these events at all. But they don't really have much else to
Finn,
put out.
You're still getting other stuff from tier 1, 2, 3, the mythic, you know, and stuff like that.
Like I said, I am so like put off by these events in general that lately I don't even open the table. The events table isn't even one of the things that you need to do in order to complete your dailies. So I have missed events straight up. I think I probably missed a few credit heights. It's not it's literally a table in this game that I dread to open.
They do put a little red circle next to it whenever.
Yeah, and just like that stupid freaking hyperpack bundle that's been there since they introduced that crap.
That hyperdrive bundle.
I am just sick of those stupid ass bubbles on the side of the screen right now that I don't even pay attention to them.
But
it's like one of those things, you know, like if every day if you just constantly hear like a humming noise, how eventually you just start to like drown it out, and other people may, if they hear it for the first time, are like, what the hell is that humming noise? And you just gotten used to it at that point that you don't even hear it anymore. It's like those stupid bubbles on the screen.
But I think it's different for everybody. Like I understand what you're saying, Finn, but like for me, like some of the ones it's either challenge 1 or challenge tier 2. Most I can get, almost all of them get challenge 1 done. Some of them I can't do challenge 2, like the bounty hunter one recently, right? I just don't have the relics on the characters to do it.
I'm so close.
I don't even bother.
That one done.
You know, I don't even bother, right? I don't even think about it. I put on auto, I get it, and then I don't even think about it. You know what I'm saying? Really, it's just to get the loot, right? So I look at it like that. It's just extra stuff for me to use elsewhere on stuff that I need. You know, turn the character shards into shard shop currency to help me get gear that I need and other stuff like that.
Tier 1
right?
stuff is nice, even, man. The tier 1 stuff.
I know that the rewards are good. I'm just sick of this being the content that they've been putting out for the last like months.
I mean, here's the deal.
We haven't had anything.
At least it's new content, right?
It's not new content. It's new tiers for events that people can't even do. Like, it's not even like Lightside GOTB, where if you're a lower end guild, you can still try to go into it and try to get a couple stars and get a reward at the end. Like, most people are literally getting smacked down by the first wave of the new tier because they're giving it full turn meter and like 600 speed across the board.
Right. So you have to, it's just a gear check. You know?
It is, but it's for a high-end gear check, right? So what is I don't understand why they're, and maybe this is their strategy, right? We've seen it with the new characters and kind of what they're doing. They're catering everything to the people at the really, really high end of the game. To have so much content that is just literally unplayable for the majority of the players in this game, I think does a disservice to this game. I literally just go into the events tab for credit heist, training droids, marquee events, and the Omega, and those might be the assault battles where you just go in, you auto every single one because you can sim it.
I mean, Finn, have you even played the paper rock scissors thing yet?
Oh,
I not myself, because I'm not getting Galactic Legends. I'm gonna miss this entire sequence because I'm not bothering to waste my time. I'd rather work on my Jawas and my Ewoks before I work on my Resistance, because I can have fun with Jawas and Ewoks without screwing over my GAC.
That's Finn's logic. But I mean, yeah, you got to play the game the way you want to play it, Finn. Right? You're not wrong, but then, you know, some people it's something to build up towards, right? I don't have any problems with that. And listen, the more stuff that you can get in and get your hands on, because remember we have players that are not even 85 that are still playing this game, right? It gives them a chance to get some character shards and things of that nature. It's not a bad thing. But I do get your point about the higher challenge tiers, but it's a gear check. It's like if you want to.
But it's one of the. So I'll put it in context, just to be fair, right? I think I'm not necessarily opposed to just the events. My opposition is to the fact that they're giving us just the events.
Well,
they haven't given us anything else. They've given us nothing else over the past 5 months now.
Right, but that's the argument for new content, right? So
well, that's my point. If this is the only thing they're giving out, the only new thing really that they've put out since Lightside GOTB are new tiers for the events. So that's what they're considering as kind of new content.
I don't think they consider this new content. This is just content.
Are you sure? They consider packs content.
Hold on.
Right?
Yes. Ouchie, yes, we are.
They think this is just for May the 4th, right? This isn't content that we have. I mean, these are all shit we've seen multiple times. If anybody from CG said that this is new
if you
content,
ask CG, I would almost guarantee you that they would consider adding new tiers to an event, new content.
Yes.
I know, but they would be wrong. I mean,
I know that they're
CG
wrong,
can
that's
say
what
the
I'm saying.
sky is purple. I'm still going to say you're stupid. No, the sky is not purple.
New characters and new tiers to be new content.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So
and that's the problem.
We don't consider it to be new. We don't consider it to be new content. I could say characters are characters and content is content, and I would say that assault battles are new content. Someone can say they don't like it, but it is new content.
So let's
not forget the fact that all these events are giving mods, and we don't have a mod cap increase.
No, that's another separate issue where it's like shit. So
can I tell you how many mods I've had to trash now that were actually halfway decent mods that other people would have used and potentially I would have used 6 months or a year ago.
So these are the events. I just want to move on to this for the May the 4th and stay in play.
Sorry, I went on a detour because just seeing that was like, well, that's not really a lot. But,
that's okay.
Yes.
That's okay.
I wanted your guys' opinion because I'm coming at it from a different angle. I just wanted your.
That's
opinion.
all right. I mean, I think, if you were a little bit in a position to maybe you could do that and get some of the rewards more than you are, maybe it may change your mind a little bit. But again, it is repetitive, right? All the challenge tiers it's just the same event with just harder mobs, right? So that's all it is. So May login rewards. Now this is pretty interesting.
This looks cool to me.
They up the stay and play rewards. Now this is pretty damn nice. Look at all those crystals and everything that they're adding in there and Treya shards. This is pretty cool. I did not expect this.
Look at the amount of crystals you're getting.
160, 100, 120, 180, 200.
I mean, it's pretty nice, man.
Yeah, I mean, this is not too shabby. This is pretty cool, and we don't know what other stuff they're going to give us as well.
I mean, it's May. They typically do some double drops at some point this month.
We'll get some double drops. They're going to send us some free stuff as well, which is not really in here. But then you also get 7 Zetas by the end of this month. And
I know, dude. At the end,
and
scroll
five,
down to the bottom,
5
the
Omegas, 500
insane.
crystals. I mean, this is crazy good what they're doing. I mean, you're getting Treya shards, you're getting all these crystals, you're getting 7 Zetas. Damn. That's pretty nice. This one kind of took me by surprise. I wasn't expecting that. I mean, I was kind of a little bit happy with when they said Trey was coming. And then all of a sudden I saw the rest of this. I was like, oh, snap. Not too bad.
I mean, look, you can't look a gift horse in the mouth, right?
Well, you can, but you're not going to like what happens.
Exactly.
So that's really nice. Good. I mean, then double drops. They announced that there's going to be double drops. Updated to include hard nodes, mod battles, and challenges rewarding double drops on 5.4, 5.5, and 5.6. So mod battles and challenges will get double drops. Pretty nice. Normal nodes and hard nodes and light side, dark side, fleet battles rewarding double drops on 5.4. So on the 4th, you'll be able to get on hard nodes, normal and hard, on light side and dark side, fleet battles, double drops. And then on 4, 5, and 6 of May, you get the mod battles and challenges are rewarding double drops. So not too bad. And that's not including anything else they're going to give us. So this is pretty nice. We got the events. We got all this extra stuff coming this month. Going to get double drops. I mean, we'll see what else they send us in the mail. They usually do that as well as say thank you kind of thing.
They did make one change to the double drops.
What's that?
Did you catch the mod change that they made?
Mod balances and challenges. Or
remember with the
challenges. Or
It's
mod battles
remember?
and challenges.
It's and. Remember how it wasn't during the
just the
earlier
challenge.
one?
It was just the slicing.
It was just the battles. Yep.
Yeah.
Just slicing
So now they're
stuff.
giving us challenges too. So
That's
this
a
is an
good
opportunity
way
for
on the
people
4th,
to
5th,
farm
and
it.
6th to get yourself some nice mods.
Load it up.
And they did change something because the original post only had normal nodes
Wait. Does that
listed
mean
for
if you
hard
do dark
side and dark
If you
side.
do dark side or light side nodes, does that mean you get extra event tickets for the?
No,
Galactic
they will
Legend?
It
not
actually
do.
says specifically, note this does not include Galactic Legend event tickets.
Yes.
So they are not letting you accelerate that with double drop.
Yes.
That's unfortunate.
I know. So you have to keep getting the shitty drop rate on those tickets, Grande.
Well, you might have to go even more.
Can I tell you, my first order team is modded better than it's ever been modded before.
You should see my Galactic Raid team, brother.
I'm like, here you go. That's the team for every 2 days when I can do the thing.
So,
But the events thing potentially can be worse for people that are farming it, just depending on what you're farming, right? Because I think right now general consensus is to farm the lower energy nodes to try and get the Galactic Legend tickets, right? With double drops, a lot of the stuff that people need are sometimes on higher nodes. The shock prods and stuff, they're on 10 energy regular nodes, which
Right.
puts them at a little bit of a higher one. So that's not going to necessarily optimize your Galactic Legend.
it's something the player's gonna have to decide on.
So,
for me, for
it's only 1 day, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But just as a note there, for that day, you're probably going to get a little bit lower on your Galactic event tickets,
I'm not-
simply
yeah.
because you're farming better sources for gear or whatever else that is.
It's gonna be cruddy no matter what. All right, other change, and this is an important one: re-enabled Facebook account linking. There you go, folks. It's back. All right. Some other fixes that are kind of important, and it deals with Rey and Supreme Leader Kylo, the Galactic Legends. Fix an issue where Rey and Supreme... I usually just say read these, but these are kind of important. Fix an issue where Rey and Supreme Leader Kylo Ren can be afflicted with armor shred while in their ultimate ability stance. That's gone bye-bye. Fix an issue in Rey and Supreme Leader Kylo Ren could have their max health reduced while in their ultimate stances, so that's bye-bye. Fix an issue where Rey's sudden whirlwind final tier damage multiplier was lower than intended. That's bye-bye, so she's going to be hitting a hell of a lot harder. Fix an issue where the fine flow for ultimate ability materials would not show the final tier of the Galactic Ascension event after they had been completed once but still had rewards available. And fix an issue that caused a combat mission info to overlap with the deploy menu in territory battles in some phases. So those big changes to Kylo Ren and stuff are going to be important. Then we get into packs and bundles. We got the Mando character one. We got the Mando pack. Nothing there. We got ion injector bundle coming in where you can get it's gear. Plasma injector, same thing. May the 4th character trove pack. Celebrate May the 4th with a special offer. Each pack contains 330 shards of a single character. Pack includes
Sounds like a
330
terrible pack.
shards of a random Chromium pack character.
Yeah, we've seen those.
5,000
before.
crystals.
Those are terrible.
Well, if you're a newer player and you're doing this, it's
The
not
newer player only.
newer player only.
Player
Because,
only. But,
yeah.
I mean, the thing is, you pull these packs, and you get like Dengar. It's like-
Well, I mean, if you're a newer player, that's still,
That's another step towards Chewie. I mean,
so there's a lot of good stuff if you're a newer player, and that's actually
I
a
agree.
pretty damn good deal for.
it's not
5,000.
terrible. Yeah, it's not terrible for 5,000
the
crystals.
problem
No,
though
it's not
is
bad.
that if the person bought hyperdrive, why would they buy that?
Well, the characters aren't finished though, and you could use the currency for shard characters, right? So let's say you've got like a
Touche.
3 or 4 star character from the hyper drive, right? And you get one of these to round up your character, you get to 7 stars, and then you can use that for shard currency for gear. It's not that bad. It's not the greatest thing, but it's not that bad. May the 4th gear bundles in there. May the 4th gear bundle, and again, so there's some new gear bundles are put in there. So there you go. So that kind of covers the stuff from here.
We got to see the pricing on some of that.
Yeah,
stuff
we do.
too.
So tomorrow will be the Mando event. I'm excited to get Mando. I was looking at this, people have been asking, leads us into what the stream's about. Like, what do we think of the kits and stuff so far? I'm really impressed with all of them. I think the artwork is really good. I think Mando and Greef's kit for Bounty
Spend
Hunter
some
team
time on these, man.
are really going to be amazing for bounty hunters. I think that pushes them up an echelon because of what they offer the bounty hunters. And it's really going to give you some flexibility with your bounty hunter lineup. And the team that I really want to put together is Boss, the 2 Fets, Mando, and Greef. unfortunately, Cara, and that's my girl. I like her kit. I think it's just doesn't sync. She doesn't add to the payout for Bounty Hunter. She'll be fun to run to some other teams. Scoundrel stuff. We talked about that last week with Clash and some of the things that you can do with her. But if I was going to go crazy, I think Mando's top priority. Greef would be there too to round out a really incredible
you know who Cara
Bounty Hunter
reminds
team.
me of in real life?
McVenom.
Yes. I knew you were going to say that.
We've had this discussion. Yeah.
Infinity answered the question. It's really true.
Mm-hmm.
We've had this discussion before? You and me?
No. We had this discussion last week, too.
Oh.
How McVenom looks like the Cara Dune.
Maybe if you didn't get sunburned sitting in the pool, you might know these things, Grande, if you could participate more. Just saying.
Oh, I was on some good drugs.
I bet you were. But, we get into this. I mean, Finn, after seeing all the kits and everything, I mean, with everything we've seen so far, recapping, what are your thoughts on the characters and stuff?
I mean, I think they're good quality marquee characters. Like, they're not OP, right? We're not going to expect that of a marquee character. But I think they provide a kit that allows the community to kind of theorycraft and play around with them and put them in different teams. And that's really what this game should be about. When they release characters, if they truly consider it content, right, we should have the ability to use those characters somewhere for fun.
And you've got some options. You got some like, oh man, a character with 2 tags. I can put them on 2 different
But the other thing
teams.
too is that we need a way for, and I'm going back to the topic here, and I think this is where CG kind of doesn't understand. And I understand their reasoning for not getting a sandbox mode, right? But I think what players are looking for is, I get Cara Dune. She's going to be at 3 stars. I want to put some gear on her, but I want to know that it's not wasted. Where can I use her? Right now, Galactic War is maybe the only place where I can potentially test her out. But Galactic War is not the same as what it used to be.
No, it's weird.
So it's not really a good testing spot, right? That's why, that's the main reason why players are asking for a sandbox mode, because then different players can, you and your friends can play with your rosters and put in different teams and try to figure out how exactly you want to do the battle. And you can test out your team against their team with different combinations. And prior to this, the only way to do it was with the game changers with their dev accounts, alternating who was in rank 1 so they can just keep attacking each other in arena on a fake account.
Yeah, but that was 7 or 8 guys.
It is, and that's my point. Do you see how much fun they had doing that with their test account and how it provided an opportunity for them as players to test out the account? That's what players are looking for with what we're calling the sandbox, but you can make it like a PvE-ish version of it if you wanted to, where there's different team lineups that you know of, have a Darth Revan lineup. You know the common lineups. You can have a panel of people, players, that can develop these teams for you, where you set up a Darth Revan team that you can go up against, and you can kind of pick the level that you want. You can do it with a Jedi Knight Revan. You can do it with a CLS, a Traya. I mean, you can set up a bunch of different teams and allow the player to pick what team they're going up against so they can legitimately practice. And it's things like that that are missing in the game that allow players to actually play with these characters. I got Cara. I waited on Greef right now just because I'm going to do it tomorrow when I stream the GAC and whatnot. So I'll get Greef Karga on that stream. But they're just going to sit there because they're not required for anything right now. So I'm going to start working on their shards when they go to free-to-play. They'll be 7-star in year 7 because I can't afford to give them any more gear. They'll be stuck there, and I'm going to have no use for them. And that's really not the way that a game like this should be. We should really be able to play with these characters somewhere.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they look great, and I really am excited for the bounty hunters and stuff. Grande, you said you already got Greef going already?
Yeah. I got Greef and Cara going. She's Kira's higher right now. Greef's, I don't know, gear 10. But I got Cara, gear maxed for 4-star because I bought the pack. And I bought Greef's.
Yeah,
pack
I got mine at 4-star. Cara's gonna be fun, but
I'm
I'm saving my gear and stuff for Mando. I'm gonna get him done first. Then I'm gonna do Greef, and then I'll go back and finish her.
I'll get them all.
I'm gonna do her free to play. I'm not gonna,
Well, I'm gonna get them all. Less than 7
I'll farm her
star
up to
gear
7
max
stars,
because I mean, at this point, I basically spend gear on. I only spend gear on the Resistance team because I'm working on getting
and
Rey.
for me, I want to get these kind of characters kind of built up and working before I start jumping.
So I can just slow farm the rest of it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I mean, my plan is.
I could farm all the gear and then just wait for it to come.
My plan of attack is going to be, that I'm working on the ultimates for Rey. We'll do some more of the ultimate tier 6 battles tomorrow with me and Loki. We'll do it tomorrow night.
How you doing on those, by the way?
I've got 2 so far. I've got to just save tickets and do it. So hopefully I can have 2 more rounds tomorrow, so I'll be at 4.
Because I'm almost to the point where I have to start doing it for Kylo. And so I'm
good luck, man. Shadow did it with us the last time he did it. It was yesterday or the day before, and
he said he got it a couple times, but he didn't get it most.
No, he got hosed, man. Like she had like 10 health or something, and then she ultimate him or something. It was stupid. But I want to round up some of my teams a little bit more, so I'm going to do the Mando stuff to round up my bounty hunter teams. Then we go in and take a couple characters that are gear 11 that I use a lot that I'm going to take to 12. Then it's all in on the Galactic Legend Kylo. But that's going to be a slow process, right? It's just going to be getting all the characters farmed and stuff like that. So, yeah. So, give me time to round out some of my roster a little bit more, get some of the teams looking pretty solid, and then rocking and rolling. So, and I think the new Mando characters are going to be awesome for that. So, all right, that kind of covers all the news, Finn. There's nothing new this week. We kind of got Grande updated. We kind of covered the Mando stuff. We covered the new packs and May the 4th stuff.
Yeah.
So we've kind of covered everything. What should we do next, Finn? Should we start doing the shout-outs? What do you want to do?
Yeah, we need to do the shout-outs. And since Grande's back.
Oh, God.
Grande.
Well, before, let's get all the bits and stuff playing, because let's just sit here and enjoy all the bits. Let's just get them going.
Okay.
All right.
Pirate.
That's right. Pirate one from Jedi Jaw.
Well, guys,
Oh, no.
I try, but I have a lot of other things I have to do. I have to paint my nails. I have to look good. Plus I've been too busy just getting just the tip that I'm just telling you. I just haven't had time to get your cross stitch done. It's just, why are you pushing me? Why are you pushing me? Just stop pushing me, okay? That's all I'm saying. Stop it. Stop pushing me. I have things I have to get done.
Thank you, Utah, for that one.
How's business?
How's business indeed?
Grande.
Business is good.
Business is good. Okay. Perfect timing.
Business is bad.
I wish I could get it to come out.
Right, there we go. I knew that was coming, yeah. Oh, God. Is that all of them? Jesus.
I don't know. I think so.
Okay.
I think so. I think
You
it's
ready to read names?
Okay, so while Grande is reading these, okay, after he is done
We'll turn it
with
back
our
on.
first set of shoutouts, which is the Patreon ones,
Yep.
I will start collecting the names of the people that have put in the word of the day. So until Grande finishes the Patreon shoutouts, you have your opportunity to enter in the word of the day and get your name shouted out by Grande. And the word of the day, once again, for those of you who missed it, is brick. BRICK.
There
Brick.
you go. All right, Patreon shoutouts. We have Alux12, Bimatsu, Buzzsaw, CBO97, Chaos 13, Chopper BZ, Commander Skywalker, Contingent 33, Darth Teflon, Darth Bob, Devil's Treasure, Dolby, Doc Ravage, Dr. Feelgood, DSP, Fling Monkey Poo, Hogzilla, Heinzie, It Poops Bombs, Jackson Jackson Tucker, JOM99, Just a Bum, Khaleeson, Cashmere, Lego, Calrissian, I guess. Yes.
If you messed that name up, you suck horribly, Grande.
It's a new one, so I was all excited.
It is, but at least he took his time
I stopped
and
read
did
it.
it correctly. I'm okay with that.
We just
He
got a
took his
$10
time.
donation from CBO. He says, may the pack be with you and also with you, my friend.
Matthew M. Thomas, Maz Kanata, Moss Mike, Indy Fox, Night War, Ouchie Dumpling, Ray Rock, Riverboy 12, Rose Taco, Revenator, Stanley Red, Shadow Val, Sith Lord, Slash Van Rhodes, Strum, Teals, Walter Arnold, and Utah.
That's a pretty good job, Grande. Pretty good job.
All right. I usually do good with these because I read them.
I know. It's so continue on.
Later.
Yeah.
It's later that we're going to have trouble. Then we have YouTube members, which is Bad Rongo, Bimatsu, Contingent 33, David McKinley, Devil's Treasure, Dexatronic, Dr. Feelgood, Gino, Guzza Buzza, I'm the Dad, James O. Mahoney.
Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna tell a lie. Desert you.
Jason Hommel, John Moran, Lion Hard, Maya, Maz Kanata, Revenator, Sanely Red, Saddle Val, Slash Van Rhodes, Stephen Nichols, SWGOH Gretchen, Teals, Trez Revan, What Else 73, Youngin.
Okay.
Twitch
2
subscriber.
for 2 so far. They're
Mad
Grande.
Rongo, Big Country Mags, Bimatsu, Buzzsaw VG, CBO 97, Contingent 33, Darth Poo Poo Man 987.
That's right.
Deadpool Kyle, Sir Loki, Doc Ravage, Dr. Feelgood, Double Durgan, Escape Podcast, EXO 68, Gonkrell, Grande Patron, Grim, Jedi Knight Ja, JOM 99, Yoda, No, I'm gonna totally butcher this, dude. No Bun Aga. I mean, I say it wrong every time.
At least he got the syllables. I'll give him. You did better than last time, Grande. Okay, here I'll give you a hint on saying it. Okay, each syllable is 2 letters.
I did no, ba, na, ga. Okay.
There you go.
There we go.
There you go.
Maz Kanata.
That's considerably better.
G Ranger J 1999. Revenator. Here's another one I get all the time. Shiv Palpatine.
CCO 97 cheered X 100.
How do you say the first word?
Almost there.
Shev.
No.
Sheev.
Yes.
Okay. Sheev Palpatine. Snips.
No.
What?
Try it again.
Look, I'm gonna screw it up the 4th time. So yeah, Sheev, Palpatine's nips.
Yes.
There you go.
Okay.
Shit.
Slash Van Rhodes, Teals the Smurf, Torn Jacks, and Ziggler.
All right.
You can just hush.
That's right. You can just hush.
All right. Shout out the word. We got Oscar Meow, Bad Rongo, Bimatsu, CBO 97, Chewy, Contingent 33, Kurtman, Curtis, Arnett, Darth Mike, Darth Scion, Darth Coco is in the house.
Yeah.
Hey, Darth Coco. Dr. Feelgood, Dreamy Mushroom, EXO, Grande Patron, Han Cholo, Jacob Ward, James Mahoney, Jason Hamill, John Moran, JBU 420, Keyboard the Planet Eater, nice to see you too. Lord Megatron, Melissa Foster, Mostef Isley, Revenator, Ronan XI, Vormax, Skywalker Vader, Stamma, Steve V, Torn Jack.
No. Go back.
What?
What is that MC1?
Slama. I don't know what. How did I said it was a different person.
Team? How did you make that a T? Oh God!
I read it too fast.
I know why. Because we used to have somebody all the time that Grande used to shout out, Stama Osbuff.
You're right.
You remember? I think that's why.
Yeah.
I'll give Grande a little bit of slack on that one.
Not much.
Torn Jacks, Walter Arnold, What Else 73, Wolfwell, and Utah.
All right. So those are all the people that put brick into the as a shout out word of the
Grande
day.
Verga put it in late, so.
Well, we got it squared away. Yeah. So there you go. Well done, sir. Well done indeed.
Never a dull moment.
Shiv.
Sorry,
Oh
dude.
no, bunga.
Yeah. At least he didn't do Bunga this time. He did Banaga, which is, I think, more acceptable than Bunga.
I tried,
It was a step in the right direction.
All right. We got questions, man?
We do. We have a lot of questions.
I bet we have a lot of questions.
Yes. So, first question from Revenator. It says, will Ranger buy a pack in the memory of the OG, legendary, infamous, retired Troll of RSG, Ewokin?
Oh, dang.
That's why he got... do you want to see him just banned permanently, Finn? Is that what you're trying to do by reading that nonsense?
No, I miss Ewokin.
No. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about Revenator. You know better.
But he was asking because he wanted to know if you would do something as an homage.
That's a
to
bunch
Ewokin.
of horseshit bullshit.
That's the
baloney.
question. The question literally
right,
asked
and
Ewokin.
yeah, Finn, you're starting to get on my shit list too. Don't.
I mean, probably not. But thanks for asking.
I'm not doing it for Revenator. Now, if someone like Moz or Jace or someone said, man, did you get a pack? Like, you're damn right. Revenator can lick my crack.
Okay, moving on.
So another question from Revenator.
No.
Question.
No.
Can we get a Grande word of wisdom of the day?
Oh, God.
You want a word of wisdom?
Oh,
Plus,
no.
Grande, you must have good stories from your time off.
I can't.
We need a Grande story. We haven't had a Grande. I'll let you think about the story, but you got to do a word. You got to do your wisdom. They need your wisdom, Grande.
All right, keep asking some questions, and I'll think up the
God.
wisdom.
Okay. Keyboard question. Does Finn have a Baby Yoda plushie yet? No. It is ordered, but all of the stuff that I ordered is currently on delay for shipping because of all the COVID stuff and manufacturing and all that. So all the stuff is ordered, but it's still all pending. So no, I do not. RSG Vormax question. There's actually no question whatsoever in that.
Okay.
Vormax just has, may the catapult be with you, keep the butt socked, stay away from the menstrual red dragon.
The memories.
Yeah. Good.
Hey, Bradzo.
Next question, Jacob Ward. Question: 330 shard pack is 5,000 crystals. At what crystal price would it actually be worth? So each shard
at 80. I don't know.
It's 80, so it's about 24,000 is the price for it. Closer to 25,000.
Right. I'll do the math real quick.
80 times 2, 4, and 2, so
26,400.
Yep. So it would be so that's the price, 26,400, but it's not going to be that price because of the RNG aspect to it. So 5,000 is a really good price, but it is a good price based on the it's a good price based on the fact that if you're a new character, you're getting something unique. Because otherwise, you're converting that into shard shop currency, and that is not probably the way that you want to do it.
It's for newer players.
Yeah, it is for newer players.
Those on the bottom tier that are missing a lot of
people that have gambling issues that are not newer players.
Yeah, I have all the characters. Let's get this back.
Yeah, that's kind of what it'll end up.
I needs it, Finn. I gotta roll again. But you have all the characters. But I needs it.
My precious. All right.
I have wisdom, by the way.
Huh?
You have your word. Okay, let's do Grande's wisdom.
Okay, so here, are you guys ready? So when weeding the garden, all right? When weeding the garden, the best way to make sure that you're removing a weed and not a valuable plant is to pull on it. If it comes out easy, it's a valuable plant.
I mean, he's not wrong.
I hate you.
But you asked for it. I'm just saying.
I specifically said no.
It's just, really?
I don't have any really great stories since the last time I've been on, except, my funny sunburn story.
You have to have some. Revenator, amazing. We have received some fantastic feedback about Grande's word of wisdom of the day. Oh my god.
What? Hey. Ranger, I apologize.
Yeah, Grande, I care about you too much. Dune continues. It's not going to work. Okay. Next one. Keyboard the Planet Eater. Question: Malevolence or the Negotiator? What is more important to get first?
Negotiator.
Yeah, I would say Negotiator. Both are good though.
Both are
Malevolence
very
is a little
good,
bit more
very useful.
offensive. Yeah.
I would agree.
So it just depends what you need, but yeah.
I would agree.
I would probably lean Negotiator. Kaya Apolinario.
Hey, Kaya.
Question, I think. Oh no, it's just a reference to the other one. Okay. So let's see. Revenator question: do you think we will get any more light side bounty hunters to complete a light side bounty hunter team?
Man,
I don't know if they're gonna be. Yeah, IG-11. I don't know what they will classify him as, a bounty hunter, but Krill's the interesting one because he's not a bounty hunter. Will he be kind of like Cara? He's a scoundrel or a smuggler. I don't know what they're gonna do. So it's a great question. I don't know.
We have a few other bounty hunters potentially that we could get into the game that are.
I'll let's see some more of those
side,
Mandos from the show come popping
Right.
in. Let's get that shit going.
Yep, we
Dude,
have
you could
the
have
Mandos.
You could have like the forging Mando.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah,
And
the
the
one with that,
real-
with
and
that,
the
with that.
and the heavy guy with the
yep.
tank, the
Yep.
heavy guy. But do they
And-
ever have names in the thing?
I'm sure they do. I just don't know. 'em
They
off
had
enough.
just the title names. They never gave like a name. Like we got Din Djarin, we didn't get that one.
No.
So, but there's another one too that I don't want to necessarily forget that I think would have a bounty hunter tag. Zori Bliss.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
I think she would have a bounty hunter tag. It's not extremely clear her role, right? But she could have a bounty hunter tag and be on there. So it doesn't necessarily have to be from the Mandalorian.
Here's the other thing too.
So-
Is we can get a bunch of Empire characters that would be.
But that's not going to be light side. We're
No.
looking for light
I
side
know.
bounty hunters.
I'm just
but-
looking for characters from the Mando movie.
We're going to
It's
get a lot
show,
of Mando things. too.
Grande, not a movie.
I mean, the show. You're right. It's a
Yeah.
show.
No, I think we're going to get more. I think we're going to get the Flame Trooper. I think we're probably going to get some kind of fallen
Scout
Imperial
Trooper.
or whatever. Scout Trooper. Gideon, I think for sure is going to make his entrance in here. And then who knows who else as we get into season 2. But yeah.
All right.
I'll be giddy to have Gideon in the game.
I missed Grande. All right.
No, you
Keyboard the
don't.
Planet
You're
Eater.
in pain like
Question.
I am.
Question: what is the hype train about? So hype train is a Twitch thing.
Yep.
It triggers whenever 3 different people. I'll just kind of go into this, I guess, because you guys have been donating on Twitch. So the hype train happens whenever 3 different people, donate one of the triggering events that can start a hype train, and it's subbing, gifting a sub, or 100 bits, I think, donating. I think each of those count as a triggering event, and when you trigger that, it starts what's called a hype train, and there are 5 levels to the hype train, and as people donate to the streamer and complete each of the different levels of the train, they unlock special emojis as part of it. So you support the person, you support the streamers that you're watching, and then you also get the bonus of getting some unlocks. So that's what the hype train is. So it happens whenever those 3 events happen. Again, 3 people need to donate either, I think it's 100 bits, gift a sub or resub, something like that, those 3, and then it triggers that. And then afterwards, any of the bit donations count towards it. It just keeps on adding percentages, and as you fill each one up, it gets to 100%, starts the next level, and just kind of cycles through 5 levels.
I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky.
There it is.
I think about it every night and day. Spread my wings and fly away.
There we go.
Thank you for the bits, CBO.
I wonder if you had auto tune on during that, or
No, no auto tune, just straight up chipmunk.
Okay.
That was straight up chipmunk.
All right.
All right. Let's see. Next one is from Minato. It's a question for Millennial Finn. A few weeks ago, you gave CG a thumbs down for no communication, and last week you gave him a thumbs down for communicating. What gives? They need to communicate better.
Period.
Period.
More and better.
like everybody wants information. When the information they give you is throwing feces in your face, that'll be considered bad too. So yes, they're bad for not giving communication, and then they're bad because their communication is poor and they know it's poor. Right? The Q&A was legitimately bad. And Corinth resubbed for 5 months.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Corinth. So Corinth, if you guys aren't subbed on Twitch, if you're on Twitch, you get access to a bunch of emojis. You get access to the RSG emoji, the pickle emoji, the sheepy emoji,
roast taco,
and the I blame Finn. And when you get those, you also unlock them in our Discord if you have your Twitch account linked to your Discord account. You'll also unlock those on that.
Bits are done through Twitch. Twitter.
Yep. Twitch.tv/realityskewedgamers is ours. And then you'll see I know everyone is donating and triggering sound effects. If you scroll down in our Twitch page, there's a section about the sound panel so you guys can donate.
There you go.
But
we don't have the link to Twitch right here where I can grab it. It's not down
here. It's in the description.
Oh, here it is. I found it. I was going to copy it and stick it in there for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's so the issue with the communication is that, like, the dev Q&A, Crumb literally came out in February and said, well, we know this isn't the best way to do it, so we're looking at new ways to do it. Had 2 months because they didn't really do a March one, came back, and then they messed it up. So it was bad.
Well, so hold on. First of all, I would rather have them communicating even if it's like not the greatest, right? Because then other people can get out there and correct what they said.
Why? So from a player perspective, I agree with you. From a CG perspective, I would rather keep my mouth shut.
Oh, Urban Blaster is now following us?
Urban,
you filthy mongrel! Get your ass in here!
Master. I love that it's Urban.
Someone get Urban Blaster, the Assassin Master, in here. What the hell is that freak doing?
What's up, guys? It's your boy.
I don't pay for this shit. Let's rain some blood down these fools. In this poutine.
My Lando is awesome, man.
Stick Ray doing the triple mollywop.
Urban.
I would rather see them communicate, even if they communicate and it's not super great.
Well, you didn't read this last Q&A and went through what me and Finn went through.
I know you guys went through it, and I get that there are some flaws, right?
Flaws.
It's RSG and Pickle Time. RSG and Pickle Time.
Some epic fail.
Aww. Jason just
subscribed. Oh, Invisinerd is now following. So thank you.
Oh, you guys are all following us on Twitch. Thank you.
Invisinerd. Yes, Invisinerd is there.
You'll love and now Jason gets access to all of the special RSG emojis.
Anyway, I'd rather see communication, and I'd rather see them communicate in a bunch of different ways. The more they communicate, the more. If they had a ton of communication, and even if they came back later and said, "Hey, we said this wrong," and corrected it, I would be okay with that too, right? I mean, we can't say that they're always gonna do stuff 100% every time, but eventually getting it right is the important thing.
So what about just like regular world scenarios, Grande? So let's just talk about like news, for example, right? And I'm not going into anything specific.
I be a pirate.
You are a pirate. There be a pirate.
Let me give you an example.
Okay, give me an example.
No, don't do a pirate voice.
So how many times has like a news story been published, right? And then they do a retraction.
Happens a lot.
How
or they do
often,
a follow-up where they...
I know. How often do people see the retraction versus see the original headline?
Hardly ever. We have to... Yeah.
So why would you want that? See, I guess from a player perspective of somebody that is following their posts and trying to follow all their stuff, right? I like seeing the information. It gives us something to talk about.
Absolutely. I agree. I want to see more information, not less information.
Right. From a CG perspective, though, I would rather just shut my mouth and not keep spewing out so much crap over and over again and make it seem like I am unknowledgeable about the game. That dev Q&A post that they did literally made me think that they did not play their game.
So what, in my opinion, they should have said, I don't know the answer, or
they don't ever do that.
They don't. You should have seen the answer to the sandbox one. Ranger had to stop in the middle of reading it because it was like the most PC crap
convoluted
that came out of Top Hat
that I've ever
just to say no, it's not going to give us money. Like, they could have just flat out said, yeah, we don't see the profit for it, so we're not going to do it. And I'll be like, yeah, I respect you for that decision. If you don't see profit for it, I understand. We can disagree, but they don't do that. You should have read, like, the paragraph answer of nonsense that came out of it was bad.
Absolutely.
You know what, Grande? I'm gonna copy and paste it to you right now so you can read it.
I've seen them, but there are some dumbass, politically correct statements that they've made before.
Mm-hmm.
I totally agree, and some of them are worse about it than others, and then some of them think they know everything and keep talking, and they don't know anything. And I've seen it, but I mean that's human. I sometimes talk and should be quiet myself. So.
It's not that they're communicating, it's how they're communicating and what they're communicating, Grande. That's the difference.
I totally agree they should get better. I'm not trying to disagree with any of you about that they should get better. I would like to see them make a statement and then so how it worked better was when they would do these Q&As and then they'd have a bunch of, of the community come together and say, well, this is right, this is right, this is good, this is wrong, this is okay, right? We have the same thing happen with countries, right? Where someone says something and then later you get some other people out to go, well, that's not really what they meant. They're going to correct it and blah, blah, blah. And now it's, more like what everybody thought.
So I'll ask you this one question, Grande. Why does this Q&A have to be live?
Oh, it shouldn't be live. There's absolutely no reason for it to be live.
And I say the Invis nerd. Go ahead.
I think that's ultimately the problem.
Yes. I agree.
Is that they're doing things that they don't need to. This is what I'm saying. Like, I would rather them not communicate than do these stupid Q&As because they have it for whatever reason that we have to do it live. We have to answer questions live rather than giving our developers these questions, letting them... It is fake. Well, no, it's not. Because Crumb is literally getting those responses as they're going. They showed the picture for the last one where they were literally eating lunch in a room while answering these questions. Like, it's the stupidest setup. And Crumb said it is a stupid setup that he was having, and they didn't change it.
They should grab all the questions, and then they should basically have a sorting person who goes, this person cancel this question better, and then give them, and then tell, email them to all of them, and then say, hey, get me back some answers to this by, like, Friday at 2:00. And then compile it and put it out.
Yeah.
Welcome to the easy solution to the problem Crumb mentioned on Friday and everybody has mentioned since, and they continue to do it as a live Q&A. This is why I would prefer them not to talk.
Because they're trying to make it like a Reddit AMA, but it's not a Reddit AMA. I mean, people are asking too technical of a question to have a Reddit-style AMA.
I don't even think it's too technical. I think the people that they're asking in general are not informed about their game enough.
I mean, look.
They're asking people who don't play their game enough questions about the game. If you're asking questions from players.
I mean, if you look at Reddit, right, they ask a bunch of questions. In a Reddit AMA, they also don't answer every question that's given to them. But if someone asks John Travolta who the film editor was on a film he did in 1975 and he gets it wrong, people are going to be all up in arms about it. Well, heck, it was 20 years ago. He's not going to remember.
It's one thing to get something... It's one thing that's totally separate.
You're saying something about 20 years ago versus a game that they're working on actively.
I understand. My example may have been kind of poor,
but I understand what you're saying, that people can misspeak and do these kind of things in a live environment.
But the thing is, too, like we've even offered this just to help them. Come on RSG. We know how to do the Q&As. We'll scoop up the questions. We can filter, and then we'll ask you questions, and you can say the following if you can't talk about it. I can't talk about it right now. We've actually had Crumb on doing the charity stuff, and people would ask questions, and we'd say, he really can't answer. Can you answer that, Crumb? It's like, no, I can't talk about that. And that's, and then you can talk about stuff that's already come out, and then, you can answer however you want. The best response can be is, I don't know, let me get back to you on that.
They totally should have said, I don't know, rather than thinking they... But again, whoever answered that question probably thought they were right.
Which is sad.
Well, but let me just tell you, a bunch of people don't understand how armor and defense work. Like,
if you're the developers
of the game, that is unacceptable.
Yes.
Your role makes a difference. Like, I don't fault the person that asked the question for not knowing. I don't fault
the person that asked the question either.
But a developer answering the question needs to be knowledgeable about it to answer.
Yes. They should have said, yes. Now, your point makes perfect sense whenever you say it like that, yeah.
And that's why I have the issue with them doing these Q&As in general. is because they're not asking people that know the game well enough to answer it on the fly. These should not be live Q&As. I would rather them have 0 Q&As than this Q&A, but I would much rather them have the format that you mentioned, which is they collect the questions, they give it to the devs, give them a chance to develop their answers, send them to Crumb, and Crumb can just say at 3 p.m. Eastern time or at 12:30 Pacific time, whatever it is, I will release all of the responses to the questions we collected from the survey month, and just post the whole thing rather than having to, for an hour and a half, going in and editing a post to insert an answer.
You know how hard that's got to be for him too?
It is.
Do it that way?
It makes no sense from any perspective to do it the way that they're doing. Players can't follow it. He has too much work to try and edit it. There is no reason this has to be live. Like, there is no reason for this format, and they continue to do it.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. They should have changed it a long time ago. But
yes.
All right, we beat this to death. Let's move on to another
But
question.
that's why, Minato. That's why. All right. Question from John Moran. Could this mean KOTOR 2 characters are coming?
No.
I would love to see KOTOR 2.
I think they're just being nice. I think this has something to do with the event coming up, and I don't know what it means. Sometimes, sometimes the trailer release or, the monthly release for the character means something, and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it correlates, sometimes it doesn't. So
I would agree. Like, if you look now, the IG-88 one correlates to the Mandalore stuff. And if you look now, probably the Traya one could easily have something to do like what Fenn said about them simming more, having more raids being able to be simmed.
Could be. But, the one with Luminara, we thought there was going to be a Mace and Jedi rework. We know that's not going to happen.
And we didn't get Jack for that.
No. So it just depends. So, yeah.
It's not always.
All right. Next question. Buzzsaw, have you not noticed that CG has gotten dumber? No wonderfully difficult puzzles, no meaning behind the login reward, nothing really creative or fun.
They're scared.
I would agree.
I do miss the crumb puzzles.
I do. They were fun, but they're scared because they're afraid of criticism, and they don't know how to handle
criticism. I think they're afraid of messing up somehow, and like the game not making money anymore.
Which is stupid because this game's made $1 billion.
I understand, but think about how like people when they get super successful get scared to do things like go out in their front lawn and pick up their freaking newspaper, man.
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, that's some people are like that. I agree, Grande, but not all people.
I'm not saying everyone's like that. I'm just saying that can happen.
But the most successful people are people with thicker skin, in my opinion, because those kind of people are not afraid. They fight the fights, right?
I don't disagree with you, Ranger. I don't disagree with you. I'm just saying that, over time,
I just don't understand their mentality about this, right? Conflict is good if it's constructive, right? Constructive conflict is one of the best things that exist. You can't be scared about it, and you have to be able to. If someone just says you suck, I hate you, you just ignore it, right? Because it's like it's not constructive. It's just you being the trolls.
The problem is they can't separate constructive criticism from trolling.
But if you say your game is lacking because you did X, Y, and Z, and this led to this, and blah blah blah, and you can give some reason, they could be wrong, but at least they're giving some kind of constructive feedback that's not putting you down or putting you in a position, right? But they look at all of it. I think
you look at the Q&A too. They use logic to not do something one time, and then they use the like reverse side of that to say why they're not doing something else.
I don't know. I just think they're staying back. They're staying less interactive because they're scared, right? If they were not scared, other than the one place where they were doing all the interviews and stuff. Sorry, my brain just when they were doing it on they would be on like all these YouTubers and coming out and talking with them and doing interviews and stuff, right? I mean, it's baffling. So, all right. Next question.
Okay. I think I don't know if it was me. Grande, was Ranger kind of staticky a little bit for you there?
It was cutting out for me too.
Oh,
okay.
Well, I don't know what that was.
Yeah, I just want to make sure your connection.
It's better now.
Yeah, you sound fine now.
Yeah.
Keyboard question: any plans to wail out on the new Mandalorian characters? Not for me.
I do what I. Is
just like the marquee and stuff, and then
the marquee, and then farm it. Yep. Right. I mean, I'm so focused on gear for other characters that the other thing too is you don't know what we're going to use them for yet, right? Or if they're going to be super OP or not.
Yeah.
So I just kind of like do a hedge, like a halfway hedge kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm going.
Ranger.
I'm going a little bit on the Mando.
You're not going to wail on them, are you?
Well, no.
Oh, you're going to let our 5.
Yeah, something around those.
Just
Just get them ready, and then I'll finish.
Put some gear on.
I'll look at it. But I mean, yeah, I think I'll do a little bit of
I
investment.
loathe buying shards. I loathe it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, especially once they go free to play, I can have them in 2 months.
Yeah.
All right. Next question. Sty. Question for Finn. How do you place in both arenas daily? So prior to Malik, I was in a top 1 rotation. So it was more difficult for me as just a pure free to play at that point that unless I was spending, I wasn't getting Malik. So I ended up starting being in the top 20 or so. Gas pushed me out a little bit farther. So now I can get into top 50 pretty easy. Work because of COVID, unfortunately, has pushed me down. I just haven't had time to do arenas. So right now, I think I'm top 100 in both. But when I get the opportunity to actually play, top 50 in both, in fleet and ships is easy. But there's been a decline in my arenas of just not caring since they kind of switched to Malik and gas and the kind of the push towards paying for stuff.
My whole shard has been not caring. There was a guy who threw up solo gas, and he didn't drop out of the top 15 because nobody even tried to attack him.
Arena has been displaced as an enjoyable, like it used to be my favorite game mode. I wasn't a fan of GAC, and Arena was my favorite game mode. Then they fixed the matchmaking in GAC, and it was like based on your roster, and you were facing people with equivalent rosters in your top 80. And I found the matchup so much better. And there's been a lot of fun in GAC for me compared to just regular Arena. So now my focus is all on GAC, and the best part about GAC, I play it in a 24-hour period whenever the hell I want. Like there's once offense starts, I have 24 hours to do the attack. I don't have to do it at a particular time. I don't have to sacrifice dinner just for this 1 hour. I mean, as much as I love my Arena shard, I don't have to worry about coordinating, like getting into spots or anything. And GAC is just a lot more enjoyable. And I know I'm missing out on crystals. It just doesn't bother me anymore. They're forcing out free to play competitive.
For me has been a boring aspect. It's more of a thing of doing other stuff with what I get from it, and I don't even do shit with fleet. Like I'm 1-2 every other day with Arena. Fleet, I get into the top 50 and I don't care, because I find fleet just so monotonous and boring. But I agree with you on the GAC. But I do what I do with Arena. At least I have one area where I'm getting top, the 1-2 payout, and then using that for other things, like getting the ultimate tickets. Good lord, it's just ridiculous. That's 450 crystals right there. So all my payouts for Arena are going towards right now my ultimates, for Ray. So so.
And Sty brings out, I see your comment in chat, Sty, and that's an interesting thing too. The crystal income is a very interesting thing in this game right now.
It is.
Because even if I was in the top 5 and everything, right, I would be doing something that in most games I would really, really dread. And that would be just hoarding crystals and waiting for the next thing to come. Like, if I'm getting that stuff in a game, I would really prefer to use it and have fun with it. Hoard to a certain amount, but the cost of these characters in crystals to try and get it is so ridiculously high that it's kind of difficult to actually get, as a free-to-play player, if you're in the top 5 in Arena and that kind of stuff, you're going to have to, hold on to so much resources. It's difficult. So it's an interesting dynamic that they're setting up.
I agree.
So, yeah, unfortunately, free-to-play players are getting the most screwed with kind of the new way that they've set up. So it's kind of sad.
Sty says I'm going to go watch Urs. Well, tell our boy Urs in the hall to watch out for the money. Oh, God, the money! Still the best line ever in anybody.
Yep, that is CG in a nutshell. Hoard, 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 hoard.
And that's what I
Alright.
usually do. Once I get done with Rey, it's going to be working slow on farm on Kylo, and then I'm back to hoarding, man. Getting the Rey wiped out a lot of my stuff, man.
On both Kylo and Rey right now.
Yeah, it's stupid, man. So, all right, next question, Finn.
All right, next question is from Chewy. He says, "What's the roadmap going to look like?" I honestly
don't know. I'm interested. They said they're going to announce
They
this
said
big
no to a
thing.
bunch of crap. You guys said you didn't like our mod setup, so hello 6A mods, and we upped the total mods you can carry from 500 to 600. You're welcome.
I don't know if they understand mods. It's kind of sad. I don't know if they understand mods.
Start getting those ticks up in speed. Finn's gonna love that.
I mean, if they start making it so that you can hit 6 times on a speed set or on a speed secondary, that would be the worst thing to happen to this game. I don't know if they fully thought this out.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be something silly, man. It's gonna be something silly that's gonna make us not super happy on some level, probably.
Them messing with mods worries me more so than anything else because they don't understand.
We'll see. We know it's coming next week. We'll see.
Or they're going to talk about like a repeat of ships, new vehicles, right?
Oh God.
Which is basically just ships 2.0. Oh wait, we already had that. Ships 3.0. Oh wait, we already had that. Sorry, I mean ships do over. Ships
transportation 2.0. We'll consider all the ships as one thing. This is transportation 2.0. They're stick with vehicles. All right, keyboard question. Why are health mods always the reward for events?
That's not always the case.
Why are what?
Health mods always the reward.
I know on marquees they are.
No. They're rewards a
always,
lot.
but
you get. I mean, you can get some speed mods, potency mods, tenacity mods
with specific ones.
Yeah.
I mean, like they're not all the same, but there are a lot.
Offense, you get all of them, but the
nice thing about health is that the health ones are probably the most universally plug and play of all of the mods.
You can always, and you could proc some awesome health mods, man. And if you're farming almost every character, if you did a health set and a speed set, that character would do okay with that set.
Yeah.
Like not the best set maybe for that character, but you could work it out. And I gotta tell you, I pulled like a plus 19 off of that that last event. Plus 19 speed health cross or something.
Yeah, I mean, I think health mods are good. I think they're the most like easy to plug and play, so it works out. So,
yes, I agree. All right, next.
Next one, Chewy. Question: how many counters did those quote unquote bug fixes just eliminate?
So there's a ton of counters, but most of the counters
they were specific. They were specific.
I mean, they had a lot of changes to the ultimate abilities.
Either fall around some kind of Palpatine or Darth Revan lead, or they fall around some kind of...
It gets rid of gas armor shred. It gets rid of...
Max health reduction.
Yep, so that gets rid of...
They increase damage on Rey.
And they fix the Sudden Whirlwind.
I mean, those are 3 big things, especially for Rey. Rey gets impacted by all 3, Kylo by 2. But yeah, no armor shred in their ultimate, no max health reduction in their ultimate. Like, those are pretty good. I mean, it probably did eliminate some. Any use of like Jedi Knight Revan or something like that's going down.
Or you're going to have G13 characters in order to make the counters still work, right?
Possibly.
I mean, we saw guys going in there with G11 Wat Tambor and freaking wiping out Galactic Legend Rey.
Yeah.
Which probably wasn't working as intended for you to run in there with G11.
Yeah, and that's going to make it hard, especially once you start seeing the ultimates hit, because I can tell you the difference between one of these Galactic Legends having an ultimate and not is huge.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, I have to put like wicked insane mods on to be able to kill the legend before they get to their ultimate. Because if they get to their ultimate, I'm done. Toast.
All right. Next question here is from Kurtman. He said, notice they don't mention any free items, just packs. Why? Just why?
They usually announce those right before they give them to you.
It's a surprise, basically.
Yeah, they normally surprise you with the free stuff.
If I remember correctly,
it was pretty good last year.
does May the 4th really give a lot? I'm trying to remember. Doesn't May the 4th usually just discount all the crystals?
They did that, and they gave some free stuff. They gave like the Zeta and some other things last year.
Stuff, man, I'm pretty sure they.
I remember them giving more free stuff for their like game anniversaries, but I thought May the
November,
which is in November, and I thought for the May the 4th they usually gave us like that massive whatever, like 25% discount on crystals.
I don't.
That was a part of it, but I do know we got some cool free stuff from May the 4th.
Okay. I just don't recall. I usually remember them just giving the good discounts on those things. But yeah, I mean, more likely than not is for something to be surprise.
Yeah.
Contingent 33 question is anyone whaling to 7-star any of these? No. None of us anyway.
Maybe
Durgan
Mando. I'm still thinking about Mando, but don't do for Cara. Don't do Greef. It's just
Durgan.
What did Durgan do?
Question.
Hey, Zero.
Would Anakin be unusable in a sandbox mode?
I thought that was a pretty funny question, actually.
I want to kill you, but I hate sand. It's because it gets everywhere.
Durgan. Buzzsaw, question. Why not have Sandbox be a flat fee to access or a monthly subscription?
Man, they got rid of monthly subscriptions a long time ago, man. They ain't going to bring that back.
Well, they did, but I think it's for different reasons that they could still bring it back. And that's because the monthly subscription fee. So this is my guess, right? Because I've been working with other contracts and stuff lately, and I've been trying to figure out why they exactly canceled it, right? Here is the problem I think that they're facing with monthly subscription, or why they canceled it. You're supposed to get a certain number of crystals every single day, right? If you didn't log in for that day, what happened to your crystals?
They went because into the technically ether, you didn't get them.
Exactly. And technically you've paid for those crystals to be in your account every single day, and they can't just add it to your account. You have to actively open the mail. And I think what's happening is that they had an issue where they might have tried to insert it in your inbox, but then the mail expired, and so people were unable to get those crystals, and it caused more of a hassle than anything else.
It expires in like 5 days.
Right.
What happened is some hoity-toity lawyer told them no, they can't do it, and rather than pushing back for a way to make it where the lawyer was okay, they just said, okay, let's get rid of it.
But I think that's my guess is it's something along those lines is the reason why they had to do it. So a sandbox mode that gives them access to a mode without the promise of anything more than just access, I think is possible and may be a way for them to profit off of a sandbox mode. So that's kind of my guess. My guess is that may be a possibility. And that may be a way for them to profit, where you could either do maybe a similar setup to the new World of Warcraft setup, where you can either pay a cash monthly fee, or you could use your like in-game gold in order to pay your monthly fee. They might be able to do the same thing with like crystals, so that free-to-play could access it if they wanted to use their crystals to get access to a sandbox mode, or you could just do cash. So there may be some fun ways that you could do that.
Hey, Jan Goblowski just popped in and said, I am the Senate.
I'm just telling you, like, there's a ton of different things that, I mean, like, my kids play a ton of games on Origin, which I think Origin is, like, all...
It is the
EA. Why isn't this game set up on Origin?
Oh,
Origin's more PC than anything else.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right. But I'm just, like, my kid sits there and plays, like, The Sim whatever, which is also a PC, which is also a phone game. She plays it on the computer all day long now.
It went the other way, though. Sims was originally a PC game that they adapted to mobile.
But I'm just saying, like,
there's not a lot of transition in the other direction usually.
There's a ton of ways we saw it with Tactical Monsters. They moved Tactical Monsters from mobile onto PC.
Did they move in that direction, or did it start on Steam?
I don't think it. Anyway, I don't know. But
I don't know.
I'm just saying,
it's possible. I'm not saying it's not possible, but
who allowed the Sims to be moved. All right, next question.
But no, they could do a lot with
that.
That
next question.
Most Def Isley, question. After I finish Galactic Legend Raids, I am seriously considering taking my Jawas up to Relic 7. Am I crazy?
You're crazy.
Yes.
You are definitely.
They don't need Relic 7, even if you're facing
That's a
Relic
waste of
7
a relic.
Geos.
That's like doing Rose Taco.
It is.
You have to do it, but you don't really need. You shouldn't.
Yeah, I would not boost your top 80 GP with Jawas. In general, the Geos getting a particular relic level is not equivalent to the Jawas when you're there, especially at that high of a level, unless you have a bunch of other relics and it doesn't matter.
Right.
But even then, I would say you should be able to beat Relic 7 Geos with Relic 5 Jawas.
I would agree.
So even with that, you don't need to go to 7, 5, and then mods is what you need.
You could probably go to You could probably go to 2 or 3.
I would go 3 at the most, and even then I would be vomitous.
I can't imagine putting more relics.
Oh
on my
God, I would be vomitous.
3.
What a waste of material.
Yeah.
Hey, old Joss.
Yep. Miniature Namikaze, question. It seems like Rey's ultimate makes her easier to be countered. Do you guys think CG will rework her ultimate?
Man, I gotta tell you, I fight Kylos and Reys in my arena without Kylo or Rey right now, and I would say that it depends on if you're talking about arena or GAC or TW. That Kylo is easier to fight in GAC and TW and harder to fight in arena in the right comp, and Rey is way harder in GAC and TW and easier in arena.
There you go.
And it has to do with that Kyla doesn't really need a order. She could throw a bunch of stuff on there. And Rey's team, she does better with light side characters. So you got some really crazy comps with Kylo. It all depends on what you want to do. What's more important.
All right.
Yep. Next question, Jedi Gunny. We have 4 more questions here that I collected, and we'll kind of wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up.
Jedi Gunny, question. Just unlocked Galactic Legend Kylo event. Should all my energy go to event tickets, or can I farm other things like Resistance Brothers?
You gotta, if you want to get that character, the tickets drop rate is about 25%, and that's.
Do you know how much it drops for the higher ones?
It's less because it's still 25%, but you're not doing it as much. So like when I do 1D, right, I'm doing 20 attempts. I get 5 tickets, that's 25%, right?
And you're sure, right? I'm asking because I haven't seen it. Normally, they've like doubled the drop rate on the hard nodes.
As far as I know from everyone I've talked to, the way that, like, no, the drop. So let's say you do something that's at higher, like you're doing 20s, right? And you use like the energy, you're still going to get a 25% drop rate is what I'm getting from other people, and you get less tickets because you're not doing as many attempts, right? So it takes you even longer to get the tickets, right? It depends on what you're using. Like someone said, I think it was 8, or no, it was a 6 energy, or not 6 energy, but 6G, when you get like the Carbantes and other stuff like that from that node on the dark side was good because you're getting the Carbantes, you get maybe less tickets, but it's worth it. But yeah, that's why I do 1D. I mean, it gives me 20 attempts.
But you have everything done with your energy. So if you had stuff left, it kind of sounds like what Jedi Gunny is saying is that he still has Resistance Brothers.
I still
left,
do.
right?
I'm still farming Hux and Sith Trooper.
Yeah,
but I'm still
okay.
But with the refresh crystals, I use that specifically for tickets. But when I get all the the 45 stuff like that, I'll go do characters and stuff like that.
So I'm going to tell you how I do mine, right? So I'm still working for stuff for crew. Because I'll finish Finn before I finish Poe because he came out first. I double refresh on Poe, and I only do single on Finn, and then I'm working on G12 finishers for the other Resistance characters that I can get on dark side nodes.
Yeah, so sometimes you can combine it, but you have to understand that if you're doing tickets, it's a different animal. It's just a different animal. Because we thought, well, maybe we could do Cartex. But once we saw the drop rate, and then if you're doing a Cartech node, you're only going to get so many attempts, period, because it's a higher energy. So less tickets, get some Kyros, and the Cartech drop rate sucks too. So, I mean, it's just a lose.
The only reason, I mean, I'm going to go, you want to go look for a node that gives you multiple things. If at all freaking possible.
Yeah, and the hard nodes doesn't sound like a good idea.
1D
doubling the energy.
No, 1D on the light side. There's really not an equivalency on that on the dark side, but 1D on the light side for Rey, you get all that. You get insane amounts of that level 1 gear that you can use for scrap. which is insane. Which makes a big difference for those pieces.
Because I got to tell you, you start running low on scrap eventually.
Yeah, this helps you get your scrap way back up because you're getting each attempt 40 pops of each, for those, and that can make a big difference.
All right. Next question, Miniature Namikaze. Question: I am now thinking that we are getting a legendary Mando, and then an epic confrontation Grand Moff. No, I think if anything, it's the other way around.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking potentially because I have heard the Mando thing, right? Because they didn't give the Beskar armor Mando, right? So what I'm thinking is that there's going to be a legendary for Grand Moff Tarkin, not Tarkin, Grand Moff Gideon. Then there may be a legendary for the Empire characters that get you Baby Yoda.
Could be.
And then Baby Yoda and Grand Moff Gideon would be the two legendaries you need for the epic confrontation for the new Mando.
Could be. They could
I'm
do
thinking that makes more sense with how they're releasing. Because I'm gonna say I'm at like a 60% confidence that the characters we're getting now, plus an IG-11 and a Quill, are going to be for a Grand Moff Gideon. Like that lineup seems to make the most sense. I can't see anything else that those like 5 characters, and again, there's a few guesses there, right? But I think they're reasonable guesses. I think those ones are going to make it difficult to make any other character like the legendary that you
Quill
get.
is the Nick Nolte
Correct.
right?
Correct.
Okay.
He is the Nick Nolte character. So I am curious how it's going to go.
It literally is Nick Nolte. That's what he looks like now.
Yeah.
Think about it. Alcoholism has not been kind.
Science.
All right, next question, Finn. Let's wrap this
So
up.
there is a question, and really quick, what else 73? He's not a Grand Moff. He's just a Moff, isn't he? I think you're right.
Could be.
actually.
We
I think he is just Moff Gideon. He might not be a Grand
Could
Moff.
be just Moff. Yeah, there you go.
Correct. I'm just too used to Tarkin in this game, so I'm saying Grand Moff. I think you're right. He's just a Moff.
I wonder if he has. I wonder if that Quill guy has like a brother that's really Gary Busey.
He looked the same too.
I know, right?
All right, next question from Ouchie. Question: is there going to be an after party tonight? There was supposed to be one after the momentous show last week, but there was not. Actually, here, Ranger, do you have a few minutes after the stream to do a short after party? Because there's something I don't think you've done yet that I'm kind of curious on. Have you seen the season 2 Mandalorian trailer from IGN yet?
Is it the fan one?
So you haven't seen it yet?
I don't know if I've seen if it's an official one. No, I saw the fan one. Someone sent me and said, "Check this out," and I was like, "Is this official or is this the?"
Did you watch that one?
The fan one, yeah.
What happened? Do you remember what happened at the end?
It was scenes.
No, don't spoil it. I haven't seen it.
Well, yeah, we'll talk about it offline.
There were scenes and stuff at the end. Okay, you have to come and
not for the new season. No.
You just saw like old ones. Okay,
yeah.
You have to come and watch it because I think we need your reaction. So this is what we'll do. It'll be maybe a short after party.
Yeah,
well, you can come and watch it at the same time. They can hear both of your reactions. So
okay.
We will give Grande and Ranger a link to the IGN Mandalorian Season 2 trailer. They can head into Discord, and we can get their reaction. That'll be the after party. I don't know how much longer it'll last after that, but we'll do that. That work for both of you guys?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, there you go. And then last question, Durgan, how much of the active player base pays attention to stuff streamers and Discord community does, or is everything the community always argues over a small percentage of the overall player?
No idea.
Well,
in general, it's always going to be a small percentage.
Absolutely.
Because most games, it's not just this one, it's just in general. Most games have people that play their games and do not follow the news for it.
Or play the games and just don't care about like interacting.
Exactly, they play the game and
they'll watch,
done,
they'll
right?
read the forums and they'll watch streams.
Most of them don't even read the forums. I wouldn't even say most read the forums or anything. They
I
literally
didn't say most. I said there's a lot that do that where they do follow the forums, they do watch videos, but they're not interactive. They just like the entertainment.
But even that is a small percentage of the overall.
There is another game that I play that I've never Googled anything. I've never done anything. I just play it on my phone, and when I'm done, I close it up. And if I don't win or I don't nothing, I'm like, oh, I don't care. I'm just like,
Yeah.
I'm just like, well, this is my thing.
Yeah.
But I don't. I mean,
I do that with Clash of Clans. I've been playing Clash of Clans longer, I think, than Galaxy of Heroes. But the only thing, like, I don't go to their forums or anything. I follow their posts in game because they have like a news tab.
Right.
So I'll open that. I'll see what the new events are. I'll see what the latest news is and some of like the big items. That's pretty much it. So that's probably what a lot of players do with Galaxy of Heroes. Like they see that, they see the forum, whatever the like the newsletter or whatever they set up.
In game, maybe.
The pop up. They play the game and they're done. Like they don't even notice half the stuff that's going on.
Right.
They don't know about the bugs because they're not necessarily competitive enough to really face Galactic Legend Rays. They probably don't even know that GAC is like a top 80 matchup. Like they don't know the intricacies of it. So that's probably the majority of the player base, just not involved in any of the stuff streamers and stuff. But the streamers and the Discord community are going to be the ones most involved. And so it's kind of a different segment of the population.
Right.
And it's the ones that are hoping to keep the game going with their involvement, because the other ones not as invested can just as easily drop the game.
Right.
And the other ones are more addicted, so they're not as likely, so they're more invested.
Committed. They're more committed.
Addicted.
Committed.
Addicted.
Committed.
They get committed afterwards because they go insane when they stop, but it's addicted for now. All right, I'll do one quick check of questions because we have a few more minutes before 10 o'clock Eastern. So let me see if there's just a few more. Yeah, so John Moran asked, could Treya mean they're going to bring more Knights of the Old Republic characters? I don't think so. No. Didn't they say they were going to focus on Empire?
And Rebellion and some of the old school stuff.
No, Empire. Didn't they say this was going to be like Empire Strikes Back that they were going to focus on after May the 4th?
And they said previously they're not doing any Knights of the Old Republic stuff for a while, so no, that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, I would like to, but yeah, I don't think so. Darth Hideous question, explain this. You have not included a full question with any kind of explanation, so the only thing I can explain is that your question is incomplete.
Yeah, explain this.
Thomas Willingham, question. I just
explain
got here.
Your question.
Yeah. All right. You know what you're gonna do? We're gonna do the Spaceballs. Hideous, explain this.
All hell screw.
All right. Darth Hideous, question.
I said around her nose, not up it. Sorry, sir, I'm doing the best I can. Who made this ass? Who made this gunner? This asshole gunner. I did, sir. Who are you? He's an asshole. His name's asshole. He's a major asshole. How many assholes we got on this ship? Yo. I knew it. I'm surrounded by assholes.
All right,
keep firing, assholes.
Bradzo, did you include the word question? Because the bot is not pulling yours. Just type it again. Make sure you include the word question, Bradzo.
Yeah,
otherwise, it doesn't grab it. I'm not seeing it in the list here. But ask it quick and we'll get it in there. But Thomas Willingham. Was that, Grande?
I was going to say his question is last, right? Or next to last.
Well, we'll see.
If Bradzo gets it in, his will be last. So I'll do the other one first. Thomas Willingham said, question I just got here, but I wanted to ask, what is the Zeta priority with the new tunes, in y'all's opinion?
So I would say that the first Zeta priority is, I'm guessing he's talking about the Mandalorian movie, right?
Yeah, he's talking about the Mandalorian characters. You keep saying movie, Grande.
I'm sorry.
I know what you're talking about.
I don't mean to say that. I don't know, Ranger, what do you think?
Oh, I think it's Mando, baby.
But you think it's Zeta's on Mando all the way?
Yeah.
Doesn't he have two, or does he have...
He has two. And they're both really good.
I think I'm with Ranger only because his kit looks like it's going to be more beneficial for characters.
Yeah.
Ouchie,
I'm not sure about his leader ability.
Because you know why.
I'm still not sure you need both. Because one of his Zetas is the leader ability. I'm still not necessarily convinced that he is going to be the leader. I think his unique is definitely needed because it basically makes his unique kind of like an inverted Rex type thing, where they gain turn meter when they crit rather than Rex, where they gain turn meter when they get crit on type of thing.
This dispel on Greef would be epic, but I don't think you need his 20% more damage.
No. So
I think you need his dispel, and that's it.
And I think Cara Dune right now is a little bit too niche.
Yeah.
To warrant a
revive.
Zeta.
It's her revive one.
Yeah.
Which I think sort of makes sense if somebody went all in and like their second string or third string rebel team looks better, I would say why not? But we already have a tank that revives for the rebels.
Yeah.
So
it's an interesting question. I think my first one would be the Mandalorian's unique. And then the second
I think it's Greef.
It might be Greef, or it might. I kind of like Mandalorian's leader, but I haven't seen it play out yet to know whether I want to do it or not. It just gives offense and health steal, but health steal is quite useful if you're increasing your turn meter so much.
And it only gives 5 speed.
That's still.
But you get I think you get the speed before the Zeta, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're right. All you get is offense and health steal. From the
But I like the health steal because of the turn meter gain, but you have to use him as a leader. My problem is I'm not sure that he is the leader for the bounty hunter team that
you think that Django or Bosk is still a better leader?
I still think both of them would be better, and Mando's just gonna like.
Well, he also get the 20 speed from his lead, if I'm not mistaken, from Mando, right?
Yes, but without the Zeta, he gets that before the Zeta.
I know, it just makes everything nice.
The Zeta is just the offense, and I think Ranger is frozen. There we go. There we go. I think you're back, Ranger. Are you back, Ranger?
Hello, Ranger?
Okay, he's there. He's intentionally freezing. No, your connection froze on us.
I don't know. Just here.
Yeah. No, but yeah, so you don't need the speed,
Maybe
so yeah.
Maybe Django would be the leader. I mean, look, if Django's on the team, Django would probably be the leader, right?
And we talked about this with Clash last week, and I think maybe we need to bring in Van Seal now once the Mando comes in, if he's available. But I think from the bounty hunter perspective, I'm not sure that Mandalorian is the leader. So that's why I'm saying for now, I would say the one Zeta would be the Mandalorian.
I don't Zeta anybody anymore until they're 7-star and G11.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't go in and just pop Zetas to pop Zetas.
No, that's when you need to do it. Exactly. I agree with you. They need to be usable. There's some extenuating circumstances, right?
Yeah, but for the most part, if they're not G11 and they're not 7-star, I don't stick the Zeta on them.
Yes. There's only very few exceptions for that, and most of them are now marquee for that.
All right. Let's get the last question from Bradzo.
Yep, we got Bradzo's question in, so I'll read his question here. And Bradzo's question was when it loads here. Okay. So Bradzo said, is the Clone Wars episode talk open, or is spoiler embargo still up? By the way, how is Grande? Last time I was here, he wasn't good. Hope you guys are safe. Cheers from Italy.
Yep, he's there. He just got too much sun.
Yeah.
Like an idiot.
You know, you guys, I haven't watched it.
I'll say
care about spoiler, but do you want to start doing a Clone Wars thing?
I'm going to tell you, the Clone Wars is really good, and we probably do need to go back and like maybe do some in-depth on some of those episodes.
We can.
There's a lot.
But Finn hasn't seen him, so
you guys can do it. I don't mind.
I'll give you.
We'll wait because I know you're going to binge it, so we'll wait.
I'm going to binge it. Yeah,
we'll talk about the whole. We'll talk about the whole season. We'll do a video where we talk about the whole season. So.
Oh, now I feel bad if you're waiting on doing that for me.
What? Still 2 more episodes, man. Jesus, it's fine.
I mean, do you have a login to Disney Plus, Kennedy?
Me? I canceled it after the Mandalorian, and then I was waiting for the season to be done for Clone Wars, so I could just binge all of that.
Yeah, just let me know. You can use mine.
Let me know, and you can be my friends and family person.
All right, let's start wrapping this up.
All right, we'll wrap it up here.
All right, so first thing we want to do is shout out our gold VIPs. We appreciate all our Patreons and VIPs and people that give to the channel and stuff. But these folks give a little bit more and support us in a lot of extra ways. And we just want to say thank you to all these folks. We love everybody that supports us, but these folks, we just want to give them a special recognition for just everything that they do for us. So thank you from all of us here. To all our gold VIPs that go that extra step of the way to help us make this channel and what we do here successful. So thank you very much. So let's see. Then we get to our closing. You know, when we do our live stream, if you're watching us, make sure you hit the thumbs up and subscribe. It's very, 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 very important. And then you can see when we stream, we do the lunch stream every weekday of the week, Monday through Friday. We have the show on Wednesdays. We have the Jedi Academy on Saturdays for Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. And in between, we do fun stuff like GAC or doing the stuff for the Galactic Legends and testing out new characters and all that kind of stuff. So, yes, we do all kinds of fun stuff. You can see where you can find us on YouTube, Twitch. You can follow us on Twitch. It's linked down below, along with our Twitter. And if you'd like to support us on Patreon, you can do that as well. We also do other fun games and stuff during the week. We have D&D that we do on Sundays. We have other games we play on Twitch, like Marbles on Monday and Don't Start Together on Tuesday, and just all kinds of fun stuff on Twitch and here. That's not just Star Wars Galaxy Heroes related, but all kinds of other games that we like to do and have fun, because it's all about hanging out with you wonderful people and having fun that way. So, that being said, make sure you hit the thumbs up, subscribe, spread the word about RSG. We very much appreciate it. We hit over 4,500 subscribers. Woo woo! So we're shooting for 5,000. Let's see if we can get to that 5,000 mark. It'd be kind of nice. So with that being said, we'll go hang out. I guess I'm gonna go watch this IGN. Whatever this was.
I'll link it in the general voice when we get there. But head over to the Discord and the general voice chat. Yep. We'll be doing a quick after party here, hanging out for a little bit.
Yep. So with that, we're going to call this one done. So on behalf of myself and the crew, stay safe, wash your hands, keep your social distancing, make sure you wear your mask if you go anywhere. Let's look out for one another and take care of each other while we're dealing with this corona stuff. And don't worry, we'll keep bringing you fun stuff to listen to while it's happening. So peace out, and we'll see you later.